a local business and you want to grow, you need to be selling online. But before you just jump out into the wild and just try your luck at any random thing that somebody told you would work, you need to do a competitive analysis on your competition so you can choose where to best compete with them. And what I mean by this is, where is it going to be easiest for you to compete? Where will you be the most likely to succeed? And really, where can you afford to compete? So here's 3 fast action tips for doing your own competitive analysis so you can determine where and how to compete online. And at the end of this, just remember that next week I'm going to be doing the same thing with Keith Kalfas, internet personality and service business owner from Michigan, and we're going to sit down and show him how to do this with his own competition, his own business in real life. So let's begin. All right, so Google is the place to be for, well, anybody that sells online, period. Almost everybody in the world uses Google, so how you rank in Google is vitally important. And here's the first thing that you need to know. The first and easiest way for you to compete with your local business online is to rank in a Google search. Now, what does that mean? That means you're on the top of the first page whenever somebody looks up your type of business in your local area. Now, this can be really difficult or really easy depending upon where you are. But the wonderful thing about having a local service business is that you don't need really expensive and complicated things like large SEO packages, which is something that people often try to sell local service businesses to tell them that they can rise in the rankings and be found on the front page of Google. Well, there's an easier way and way cheaper too. So, as you see here, I've done a search for window cleaning Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I'm looking up window cleaners as an example of a local business, and the same principle applies to pretty much anything that you want to do. For a local service business, you're only competing against your neighbors, not nationally. So if you have more reviews than your neighbors and your competition, then you're more likely for Google to put you on the first page because they know that you're a reputable business that a lot of people like and care about, which means that you're relevant. They only want to show people businesses and websites that are relevant and good quality. So they'll put you on the front page. So here, as you see in the top, we have this section where it shows a couple different competitors in this area, and it shows their 5-star rating and how many ratings that they have. So to check out who's doing the best in your local area, you can click on more places, scroll down, and just kind of go through the list. Man, who is ranking? And when we come through here, we will find one company that I saw previously who had like 168 reviews. Sunshine Window Cleaning, 193. Wow, that's awesome. Especially when you consider that most people only have 4 reviews. No reviews, no reviews, no reviews, 41 reviews, 8 reviews, no reviews. 8 reviews. Like, how easy would it be to outrank them if you just collected a small amount of reviews? If you think about all your customers, or all the customers that you could be having in the next 6 to 12 months, you got a review from each one of them, and your competition only has 8. Boom, you're on the front page if you're a local service business. Fantastic. All right, so that's my first tip. And quick shout out, I highly recommend that you use a tool to help you push your reviews from wherever they are on the internet, whether they're on Google, they're on Angie's List, your Facebook page, Yelp, wherever. There are tools that will help you push them to your website so that Google sees them, because you can collect on multiple platforms, and it can be super easy and highly effective in getting you additional work from the people that have already bought from you, which are the most profitable jobs. So if you want to know what a tool is that you can use to do that very simple same thing, that really fast and easy way, check the description below, because I'll go ahead and I'll put a link in there so that you can check it out. All right, now the next thing is we need to go back one page. So the other way for you to compete on Google is to be found at the top of the page, like we're talking about. Well, there's 2 ways that you can do it. You can either rank, which is the way we talked about before, or you can just simply pay to be up there. And that is called using Google AdWords, which is an advertising platform where you can pay to be at the top of the page. So none of these sites here have it listed, but usually when someone pays for that, there will be a little green box just to the side of it that says ad. And that means that they're using Google AdWords. And if you see that a lot of your competition is using Google AdWords in your local area, then you know that they are on there and they may know what they're doing. So if you do a lot of searching in your local area for all of your services, for example, window cleaning Atlanta, I might also search in here like window washing Atlanta, because sometimes people say it different ways. If there's nobody that comes up in any of the searches that you do, then that means it really could be easy to be the company that's always found when people type in these keywords for your local area because nobody else is on there. Now, how do we make sure though? Well, there's an awesome tool that will do most of the work for you, because not only do you just need to be on the platform advertising, you also need to have a list of things that people search for, and every time they search for those words, then your company comes up as the one at the top of the page. How do you determine what words people are looking for? And more importantly, how much is it going to cost you? Well, there's this tool called SEM Rush. And SEM Rush, I'm not going to walk you through how to use it, just going to tell you about it here. You can go through, type in what keywords you want, like window washing Atlanta or window cleaning Atlanta, and it'll tell you how many people are searching for that word. So you want to target ones that have a large amount of volume, a lot of people looking, right? Then you want to find ones that have low competition. Not everybody else is out there trying to target those same words. If they are, then the price is going to go up because the demand has gone up. So you want to look for typically low competition keywords that are affordable for you to target. I have other videos, and we'll be putting out more information about how to do AdWords advertising, and we'll even have a course available for those that want that kind of thing. But that's all in the future, so just keep an eye out. Now, SEM Rush will do most of the work for you. Now, what is the last thing that you need to know? The last of these 3 fast tips for deciding where to advertise in a competitive environment. Well, one thing to look at is Facebook pages. Now, this is Sunshine Window Cleaning. They happened to be the company that had 193 reviews that we found earlier. So, knowing that that company was obviously collecting a lot of reviews, I thought, geez, these people might know what they're doing with their online marketing game. So, if I was a window cleaner in the Atlanta area, I would need to investigate these people a lot to see what else are they doing. Do they really understand everything? And how well are they doing in other areas that they're competing? And so their Facebook page is a nice place to start to learn a little bit about them. And I can see here that they are doing something innovative and intelligent, being that they're using a chatbot. This chatbot automatically prompts me every time I come to their Facebook page and asks me some questions that can then eventually lead to a sale after a series of processes. So this tells me these people might be kind of suave. I highly recommend chatbots. I'm not going to get into them right now, but if you have any questions, just comment below, and I would love to point you towards some resources for building your own chatbot. Now, why does a Facebook page matter? Well, one of the reasons is that the more likes that you have, the more eyes that you have to see your posts here. And if you have a lot of people to see your posts, when they see a post, that's free advertising because you don't have to pay to put these posts on there. Now, big disclaimer, Facebook makes it so that you have to promote on there a lot in order for your post to be seen by people because they're pushing advertising. Now, that is another reason why I've come to this page, because if Facebook is going to make it difficult for you to succeed and dominate the Facebook game using organic posts that are free, well, you need to find out if your competition is doing their own Facebook advertising with paid ads, which you can find here. So you just click on Info and Ads on their business page, and it will show you any advertisements that they have. Now, if they do have advertisements, there are several things that go into whether or not they're effective. And that's really taking things to the next level with this competitive analysis. But for right now, you just need to know whether or not they're doing them. This company is not. That tells me that they may have some resources, some knowledge about marketing, and some people to do certain technical things for them, but they're not getting the full spectrum. So if I want to compete with them in some total, I now know that I may not be able to compete with their reviews. They have a lot of reviews and it could take a lot of time. I still highly recommend in any situation always collecting reviews because they're powerful for many other things. But these people aren't doing their advertising with Facebook ads, and so that could be a good opportunity to compete somewhere where they are not currently competing. Lastly, while they're doing some things that the basics right and a few advanced things, they leave a lot of room available for me to just know more than them and perform better so that I can win more customers. And this is important because I'm going to be competing against these people for years to come. All right. Now, with that being said, I want to invite you all to check out my video that's going to be posted later in the week, next week, or sometime soon with Keith Kalfas, where we're going to sit down with him and do this at his local service business in Michigan to help him get an idea of what kind of advertising he should be doing, what platforms he'll use, how much is it going to cost, how long is it going to take, and then develop an extensive plan for him from there. We're going to build him something called a marketing intensive, which is essentially a marketing plan that is a roadmap for every single solitary thing that Keith will have to do to grow his business. So he's going to choose where he's going to compete and what vehicles is he going to use to grow his business to where he wants to be in 2 to 3 years from now. I invite you to come check out the video. We're going to be giving away a lot of awesome things for such as tools to show you how we're going to be showing you the tools that you need to use. I will give you the links so that you can go sign up for those tools, and we're going to have lots of how-to guides and example videos of the things that we do as we progress with Keith. And I would love for you to join us in that journey so that you can grow your business too and watch in real time as we have somebody that's in the same situation you are, trying to run their business, the chaos of that, the difficulty of planning for growth when just running the business consumes all of your time. Thank you so much. Continue to check us out, and I'm Lewis from Funnel Wave. Thank you.